If you really want to have a baby, you should be having intercourse with your partner during your fertile period. Hello beautiful people, welcome to another exciting episode of TTC Diaries with Dr. O. You already know. On this show, we discuss everything that has to do with getting pregnant. So if you're trying to get pregnant, trying to have a baby, trying to conceive, however way you describe it, then you're in the perfect place because we're going to go on that journey to motherhood together with you. So stick around while we discuss today's topic. So today we're going to be talking about something really interesting, something all TTC moms always ask. How long after trying to have a baby do I need to see a doctor? Or how long after trying to have a baby do I need to start getting worried, right? As usual, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm here to answer all your questions and I'm going to break it down for you, okay? A lot of couples, after trying for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, they come to the doctor's place and they are all panicky and like, I'm trying to have a baby for 3 months. Why am I not having a baby? And the doctor is just like, okay, just 3 months. You know, and some people maybe haven't tried longer, like 6 months, 9 months, and still nothing, right? Still no baby, still no pregnancy, and all that. That's okay. So, when is actually the time when, if I've been trying all this while and I've not had a baby by this time, I should be worried? So, take note that this has nothing to do with your age. I'm not talking about age here. So, in order for me to answer this question, I'm going to need to take it back, rewind a bit and explain a few things to you before we now conclude together on when is the best time to see a doctor after you've been trying. So let's look at it this way. For you to have a baby, for you to get pregnant, we all know that it's not magic. At the same time, it's not rocket science. It's very simple, but you just need to be able to understand how it works. To an extent, you need to know your body very well to know the right time to try for a baby, which is why I'm here. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you everything. I might not be able to finish everything in this video, but trust me, in many other episodes we're going to discuss it, and I can't wait for you to tell me that you finally got pregnant, you're having your baby soon. For you to be able to get pregnant, there are a lot of factors that are involved. First of all, remember that you're not the only one. Your partner also has a role to play. So there are male factors and female factors that affect fertility, right? The male factors have to do with your husband's sperm quantity and its quality and a few other factors which we'll discuss in other videos. I'll make a video specially for that. And the female factors have to do with your reproductive system. So for example, your ovaries, are you ovulating? Your tubes, are they patent? That means, are they blocked or are they not blocked? You know, your womb, are there any abnormalities there? Do you have fibroids? Do you have adenomyosis or any other condition affecting your womb that might prevent you from actually conceiving? Or your cervix, is it okay in terms of competency? Is your cervix competent enough? So, or do you have recurrent miscarriages in the first and second trimester? You know, those kind of things. So those also matter. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to assume that all those other factors that I mentioned are totally fine. So male partner has no issues, female partner has no issues, but you've been trying for a baby and you've not been able to get pregnant. So the question is, why? I'm normal, I'm fine. My partner is normal, he's fine. Why am I not able to have a baby? So let's look at it this way, because sometimes people take things all the way when it's just something really simple, right? You'll be thinking of all the things in the world when it's nothing. So let's start with the basics of getting pregnant. Let's talk about timing of intercourse, right? Now, are you having intercourse with your partner at the right time? So when I say right time, people are like, what is the right time? What's she talking about? Is there a right time? Yes, there is a right time to have intercourse if you want to get pregnant. And this is called your fertile period. So first of all, for you to be able to even determine your fertile period, you have to have a regular period. Remember that for the purpose of this video, we're considering that everything is fine. So you don't have any irregular periods. Your periods are regular. So you have ticked the box, you have regular periods. Now, even though you have regular periods, do you know how to calculate your fertile period? Do you know when you are ovulating? these factors matter. I'm going to be talking about how you can determine your fertile period in another video. I'm going to be explaining and breaking down the menstrual cycle for you, so make sure you don't miss that video. Okay, timing is very important. Are you actually having intercourse with your partner at the right time? Are you having it during your fertile period or your fertile window, or you're just having intercourse at any other time? The truth is, if you're trying to have a baby and you're having intercourse at any other time outside of your fertile window, you know that you're just having fun, right? Because nothing's going to happen. If you really want to have a baby, you should be having intercourse with your partner during your fertile period. And your fertile period is usually a few days before your ovulation until 24 hours, about 24 hours after your ovulation. So in order for you to be able to determine your fertile period, you need to be able to identify when you are ovulating. And there are different ways. We have the calendar method. So that's for people that have a regular menstrual cycle and you know how to calculate, which as I said earlier, I'm going to talk about in another video. And then we have cervical mucus method, where you look at the thickness of your cervical mucus and determine from the changes in your cervical mucus. For those that are very observant, you can determine if you are ovulating or not. And again, I'm going to be talking about that, breaking it down in another video. That's not what today is about. And then another way you can know if you are ovulating is something that we call an ovulation predictor kit, right? You know, technology has really advanced, and now we have tools that can help you to actually find out when you are ovulating. So we have ovulation predictor kits available in different pharmacies. You know, you can get that pharmacy near you. I'm going to be doing a video again about how to use an ovulation predictor kit, so you know how to use it and you know all that. And then we have the basal body temperature, where you know when you are ovulating, there are changes in your body temperature. So basically, just by checking your temperature regularly, you know that you are ovulating. That's that about timing. You need to have intercourse with your partner at the right time. So when I say time, I'm not saying, oh, it's 3 p.m. I need to go and have intercourse now. Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean timing in terms of time frame in days. So like a couple of days before your ovulation till about 24 hours after. For you to maximize your chances of getting pregnant, not only do you have to have intercourse at the right time, but another factor that comes into play is, are you having regular intercourse? So some people, they'll say they've been trying for a long time, but you find out that they have intercourse this month, the next time they're going to have intercourse again is in 2 months time, and next time is in 3 months time. Especially people that don't live together, right? Their spouses are probably working in another city or in another country, and they don't get to see each other that often, right? And they say, oh, we've been trying for a baby, and you find out that they're not even having regular intercourse. If you're not having regular intercourse, then you're going to decrease your chances of having a baby. So if you want to have a baby, you need to have more regular intercourse. Which brings me to my next point. If you're having regular intercourse, that's great. But you also need to have frequent intercourse. Remember, like I said, at the right time. So let's imagine that your ovulation is on the 28th day of the month. This is just hypothetical, as an example, right? 28th day of this month, you're going to ovulate, right? And you're trying to have a baby. Because you know that you're going to be ovulating on 28th or around that time, so you need to be having frequent intercourse on the days leading to this 28th, right? So if 28th is the day that you are most likely to ovulate, we're talking about from 4 days ahead, so 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th, right? It sounds like a lot of work, but then again, when you're trying for a baby, try not to focus on the fact that you're trying for a baby, right? When you're having intercourse with your partner, just relax and enjoy the moment, right? Don't focus too much, because then you'll be stressed, and stress is not even good for you when you're trying to conceive. So just relax, enjoy the moment, but be intentional, right? So when I say intentional, regular, frequent intercourse at the right time. That's the perfect formula. Another way you could know your fertile window is using an app, right? If your period is regular, there are some menstrual cycle apps that actually help you to keep track of your period. So these apps are so intelligent that they also help you to calculate like when your fertile window is going to be. So you already know when to expect your ovulation, and then you are prepared and you are working towards that time. So now we've talked about timing, we've talked about frequency, we've talked about regularity. Now, one more thing you need to consider, and this probably has to do with your partner. This actually falls under problems with the male partner, but I just thought to mention it here. You know, some men have a problem with premature ejaculation, right? And maybe for whatever reason, if you and your husband are having intercourse, he does not actually release sperm inside of you. So you need to make sure that when you guys have intercourse, if you're doing foreplay or anything, at the time that your husband is going to ejaculate, he's ejaculating inside of you and he has not ejaculated outside of you. Like, the more sperm you have inside of you, the more your chances of getting pregnant. So you want to make sure that your husband is actually releasing sperm inside of you and not outside of those kind of stuff. So that was just like a bonus point I thought to mention. So to answer the question, at what point after trying to have a baby should you see a doctor or should you be worried? This is my simple answer. If you have been having regular, frequent intercourse at the right time for 1 year, okay, so this means if you have been trying to have a baby for 1 year and you have been following all the rules, regular intercourse, frequent intercourse during your fertile window, then after a year you probably should see a doctor, because that is what we define infertility as. When you've tried to conceive for a year and you're not successful, then there's probably a chance that there might be a problem somewhere, right? And this is the time when the doctor needs to investigate and find out, okay, what's the cause of this? Why are they not having babies? What could be the problem? And then we go ahead to investigate your partner, investigate you as well, and make sure everything is fine. But bear in mind that in a few people, in a small percentage of people, after all is said and done, nothing, absolutely nothing is wrong with them. So partner is fine, woman is fine, but for whatever reason, they don't conceive. And in most people like that, it's just a matter of time. So let's just say it's a waiting game. Before you know it, even if it's 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, they conceive with no intervention, no special intervention, just naturally they conceive. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe and share with someone that you think needs to see this. Like I always say, you are not alone on this journey to motherhood. Just keep your eyes on the prize and your baby will be here much sooner than you think. See you again next week.